Hey everyone, and welcome back. So, doing a kind of a long overdue pickups video. I actually did record one a couple weeks ago, and I never uploaded it because it actually was never finished. I recorded most of it, and then I was waiting for a couple things to come in, but those things actually ended up coming in a lot later. So actually that video never got finished, and it's like there wasn't really too much in the stuff that I recorded. So actually some of that stuff I'm going to repeat here and then go through the rest of the stuff that I got, including one of the things that literally just came in that I'm super excited about, and I'm saving that one for last for obvious reasons. Now I'm probably going to skip through a lot of these a little bit quicker than I normally do. Of course, I say that, and then all of a sudden, it's like, 18 minutes long, this video. But I am going to try. So first up, I actually did get two soundtracks from La La Land Records because they had a sale, and there have been a couple that, I've been meaning to get, but again, you wait for a sale, and then that's when you grab them. This first one specifically, I've been wanting to get for actually a really long time, and that is the John Williams score to Steven Spielberg's Empire of the Sun, which I always felt was like a really underrated Steven Spielberg film. I think a lot of people kind of slightly misinterpreted the film itself because a lot of stuff that happens in the film, it's kind of like, that's not very realistic, but the whole point is that it's World War II seen literally through the eyes of a child. So you're getting almost like a child's perspective of what is happening in almost sort of a slightly fantasy way, because a child doesn't fully understand what they're seeing. So they see things that maybe didn't technically happen. I mean, one of my favorite moments from the film that probably is a perfect example of that for those of you who've seen it is when he's on the roof and the plane is flying by and the pilot kind of waving at him. Well, obviously that wouldn't have happened in real life. The plane probably just zipped by. But in the eyes of a child, for him, because he's so excited to see it, he sees that pilot, acknowledging him and waving to him. It's as if a guy in a really fancy car goes by, and honks his horn and, waves at you. It's that kind of thing. So anyway, not to go off on Empire of the Sun, but I've always loved the score, but I never had a copy of it. And they came out with the score I think a couple of years ago, and it was actually finally part of the sale, so I did finally pick it up. And it is a 2-disc set. Just real quick, there's the front, I think it's the original poster artwork, and then there's the back with all the track listings, and again, it's 2-disc set, and of course booklet, and it's got 2 discs here. And the other soundtrack that they released was actually a much more recent one, so I was happy to see that was part of the sale, is the Danny Elfman score for the first Spider-Man film, the Sam Raimi trilogy, which I'm a huge fan of. I still think these hold up to this day, and arguably, video for another time maybe, but I still say, at least for me, I think Spider-Man 2 is still probably my favorite, or at the very least for me, maybe top 3 of any Marvel film. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I always love the score to the Spider-Man films, and because they released this deluxe set for the first film, which I'll show you here. Obviously there's a front with the poster artwork, and it's a deluxe set. It's got 3 discs, and there's just the back real quick. I don't really go into details because it does come with a booklet, but there's 1 disc, and then there are the other 2. So it's got the original score soundtrack remastered, and it's got the full score itself. It doesn't have any of the songs, it's just the Danny Elfman score, which I love, and I hope they do Spider-Man 2 as well, and maybe at some point they can do Spider-Man 3, because I don't think the Christopher Young score for Spider-Man 3 actually ever technically got an official release. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it did. Alright, now let's get to the movie. So first up, I finally got a Shout Factory release that I've been meaning to get for several months, and I saw it for a good price and actually had a coupon, so I actually got it through Best Buy. So I got it actually super cheap, and I was happy to, and that is the 4K release of War Games, and just there's the front with the original post artwork, and just there's the back with some of the details. And kind of like the other Shout Factory stuff, Scream Factory stuff, I think some of that, not all of them, but I know some of them do come with slipcover. Shout Factories usually don't. I don't actually know. Some of them have, but for some reason this one didn't. But anyway, not that that matters. And inside, Blu-ray 4K disc. And it was really great revisiting this. I hadn't seen it actually in a couple years, but it was really great revisiting it. And the transfer is nice. It's not stellar. I kind of think maybe the film could still look better, but it was it's kind of one of those it was good enough for me. Especially for the rewatch. All right, so the next 3 are actually Blue Underground titles that I got during the MVD Blue Underground sale, which actually might be still going on right now, so double check the MVD website. And these are 4K releases that I've been wanting to get, but I just first of all, they're really expensive, and 2, these aren't movies that I'm as familiar with. And actually, I can't show the slipcover for this first one, can I? No, let's see, can I show part of it? I'm gonna have to handle this delicately. So it's Quiet Days in Clichy. This is the front of the slipcover, and I have to cover up part of it. Back, I'm not going to take any chances with it. I think I can show at least this one. And there's the front of the cover here. And it does, on the other side, have the original cover that I think was on the Blu-ray, which I can't show either. And then there's the back with just the details. And then the 2 discs inside. Oh, and I can't show one of the discs. All right, so we'll just... Anyway, I've actually never seen this one. I never picked it up on DVD or Blu-ray, but I know it's one that I think Bill Lustig has been pretty... It's one that he's really been happy to kind of put out. I think it's one that he really enjoys, and I think he basically puts it out, does these remasters for himself. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the one that they did recently discover the original negatives. It's actually the first time they was able to get this really pristine new transfer, and of course that's what he did the 4K release on. So it would be interesting to check this film out, because it's like, I know if he's into something, it definitely makes me interested. And then these next 2 are 4K releases of Jess Franco films. So first up is the film Justine, and there's the front, and there's the side, and then there's the back with the details. And here's the inside cover there. And again, back with the details. And let's see, I think I can show all this, the 2 discs inside, Blu-ray 4K disc. Now, Justine, I think I've only seen this like once. And actually, it's been a really long time. I actually had the Blu-ray. So I was kind of happy to update to the 4K, because I think now, because I don't need both copies. Obviously, I'll sell off the Blu-ray at some point. And then finally, the other Jess Franco film, Philosophy of Boudoir, aka Eugenie. And you can see there's the front of the slipcover. And there's the side, and then finally there's the back with a bunch of the details. And I'll pull this out. I think I can, yeah, her hair is covering the bits. So there's the front right there. And then finally, again, there's the back with all of the details. And of course, the Blu-ray and the 4K disc right there. And this is one that, kind of another one. Like, I've had the Blu-ray, but ironically, I don't think I actually watched the Blu-ray. I think it was one of those like I bought like a while ago, and I never even watched it. In fact, did I even open it? I think I did. I think I actually opened it. I was going to say, I was like, could I sell it new? But actually, no, I think I did open it. And the next 4 are ones I got during the Criterion flash sale, the 50% off flash sale. They do those, I think, twice a year, where it's like literally a 24-hour flash sale from the Criterion website. I ended up getting 4 titles. I was not actually going to get that many, but you have to spend a certain amount just to get free shipping. And I was like, okay. It's like, I'd rather pay for one more movie than just, pay for shipping. It's 2 4Ks and 2 Blu-rays. So I'm going to save actually my favorite one for last. But first one is a Blu-ray. This one's been out for a long time. And that is David Mamet's House of Games. Been wanting to get this one for a long time. There's a front and the back with all of the details. Again, just one I really, really wanted to pick up. I'm really a big fan of David Mamet, so I wanted to grab that one. And the next one is upgrade for me, because I do have the Blu-ray. And there's the Jean-Pierre Melville film, The Red Circle. I can try and pronounce the French, but I'm not going to. And then there's just the back with the details. So a nice upgrade, 4K upgrade for that one. And then next one, newer 4K release, and one actually I haven't seen this in so long. I'm really looking forward to revisiting it. It's Terry Gilliam's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. And there's the front right there, and then obviously the back with all of the details. I'm really excited to revisit this one. It's like, it's been a long time. Hopefully it still holds up. I probably will. I'm actually a big fan of Terry Gilliam, so I'm sure it'll hold up for me. I'm really excited for the upcoming 4K release of The Fisher King, so that's definitely one I want to try and get during the maybe the Barnes & Noble sale in July. And then finally, from the Criterion one, this literally, I think it just come out like the day before, and as I mentioned before, I was super excited for this one. Blu-ray of John Woo's The Last Hurrah for Chivalry. And there's the front of the Blu-ray case, and then the back with all of the details. As I mentioned when this was even announced, that I'm a huge John Woo fan, and I'm glad this one has been like really hard to find on any, like, I think it got a DVD release, maybe like at least here in the States I'm talking about, long time ago. So I'm glad that Criterion is putting out, and as I mentioned before, I hope Criterion can get more John Woo films if they could. Back in the day, they did put out The Killer and Hard Boiled, and man, would I love it if they could get a hold of those 2 films again. Next one, I'm finally happy. This came in. This one's a little bit bittersweet, but it's the Blu-ray release of Pennywise, The Story of It. And there's the front of the outer slipcover, and there's the back right there. And I do love this inner cover that you can see right there. And again, I think the back basically mimics the back of the slipcover. Yeah. So the reason why this is a little bit bittersweet is actually this is because I participated in the crowdfunding campaign for this years ago. And then obviously this got released, I think, on streaming first, and then it eventually got a physical release. Obviously I'd put in for the, the Blu-ray copy, and this literally came in this past week. And it's like, I know there are things that happen that get out of control by the people who make these things, and so like, I don't want to be too strict, but part of me is just like, there were major gaps where there were no updates, no one knew what was going on, and then, it like premiered on streaming, and still no updates, and then just went like on, and so like, I don't know, I don't know how many these types of crowdfundings I'm going to participate. Luckily I got this one because I've gotten burned on other ones. I've got stuff that I paid for, I've never released. Things where like people just disappear. I know there was like the Orson Welles movie. Disappeared, never got it. Anyway, not gonna go down that road. Happy I do at least finally got it after this time. I haven't even seen it, so yeah. Be nice to see what I helped pay for. And these last two are definitely ones I'm excited about. This first one you guys know I'm excited about, and that's the 4K release from Kino of Rawhead Rex. And there's the front of the slipcover, and there's the back. It kind of mimics their Blu-ray release, but I did flip the inside to the original one-sheet artwork right there, and of course the back with all the details. And I did watch this as soon as it came in, and it looks really good. I mean, it's like, it's a film that you can kind of only do so much to, and they did such a good job with the Blu-ray. So, I mean, really, like, it's not a major jump from the Blu-ray to the 4K for this one, because the Blu-ray did look so good. But you do get some of that extra uptick, you get a little bit more details in the shadows and stuff, and obviously details, like actual details in people's clothing and, stuff like that. I mean, it's like, so obviously you guys know how much I love this film, and this was definitely, usually Kino, I wait for their sales. This was one I had pre-ordered right away, and I was so happy I got it, and it is right here, finally. I'm gonna do a review, but honestly, like, that's literally my thoughts. It's the kind of thing where it's just like, because all the extras are the same, I don't think there's anything new on it. It's literally just the 4K transfer on a 4K disc, and then the included Blu-ray I think is pretty much the same as the previously released one. But yeah, Rawhead Rex in 4K, that makes me so happy. And speaking of happy, so I haven't even pulled everything out of this yet. All I did was actually take the cellophane off, but I did get in the Second Sight 4K release. This is the limited edition of the Texas Chain Saw Massacre, the original Texas Chain Saw Massacre. Now it does have this little slip on it. I didn't really show it. It just has some of the details on the back here. I'm going to pull that out, and we'll take a quick look at the box. As you can see right there, there's the front of the box, and there's the side with the title, and oh, there's nothing on the back. Oh, that kind of sucks. I mean, nice and simple. Kind of wish maybe it actually had the one-sheet artwork, at least on here, or maybe on the inside. I don't know. Let's pull everything out. What do we have here? So those are the art cards, the book, and here are the discs. So the art cards real quick. I haven't even seen them yet. So let's see. What do we got here? Nice one of Leatherface right there. Oh, there's a good one. They captured him really well there. Look at that. Oh, and he's got the razor blade in his hand. Nice one of Grandpa. Sally's close-up eye right there. Nice one of Sally from the end. And back to Leatherface. Oh, nice. Actually, these art cards are really well done. That's some good artwork on there. And a quick look at this massive book. And this is an actual, like, hardcover book. It doesn't really have many pictures. Looks like it has more some of the drawings. But it's a lot of write-ups. Sure, we can kind of see, okay, just some stuff. This much, it's not like you're going to read it, looking at my camera. But you can see it's like some of the artwork here, which again, I guess it's the same artist that they use for the art cards, which is nice. A little one of Franklin right there. And again, a lot of write-ups. I mean, as you can tell, look how thick this is. This is a book. Hardcover book. This is like quite something. Yeah, that's the stuff that, Second Sight definitely puts a lot of effort into. And then finally, obviously, we got the discs themselves in some fold-out thing, which let's see if I can show you the artwork. So you can see that, okay. Obviously, spoiler, but from the end of the film right there. And then here we have the discs inside. So Blu-ray 1, which has the movie, Blu-ray 2, which I think has all the extras, or most of the extras anyway, and then obviously the 4K disc there on the end. Now, as far as I know, I think the Blu-rays are region be locked, so I don't know, but obviously I have the Dark Sky release, so, and I believe most of the extras are the same. I'm actually going to do a side-by-side of them. The thing I actually really wanted is the 4K disc, because I was wondering how Second Sight was actually going to handle their own, what they call additional restoration of the film, and from what I've seen online, kind of leans towards the Second Sight actually did a much better job with their the video of the film. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm going to do a comparison of the two. I kind of thought about it. I was like, am I going to review? Because I didn't really review like the Dark Sky release, for example. I don't think I'm going to technically review this one either. I think what I'm going to do is just do a video going over each one, you know, the strengths and weaknesses of each one. Because I think technically there might be, again, I need to kind of go through everything. I think there's extras on the Dark Sky one that are not on the Second Sight one, but I think the Second Sight one technically actually has the better video presentation. So it's like, you know, start kind of weigh yourself, or in my case, you buy both, you know, because obviously there is a standard release also of the Second Sight one that you can pick up. Anyway, so this literally just came in. I got my order in for this actually kind of late, so that's why I think a ton of people already got it. So I'm going to try and do that video as soon as possible. This upcoming week is actually really hectic for me. It's a lot. It just seems like each day there's just something going on. So I'm going to try my best to get that video done this coming week while the subject is still relevant anyway. So anyway, that's it for this pickups video. I think that's kind of it for a while. I think the only thing I have left coming in at some point is probably going to be my Vinegar Syndrome order, which probably won't be here for at least another week or so. I mean, it hasn't even shipped yet. So anyway, so let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've picked up anything recently as well. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.